how McConnell's behind-the-scenes amendment slipped a $1.2 billion line for hypersonic glide vehicle testing into an unrelated veterans health clause, revealed through committee markup PDFs and lobbying disclosures. Congressional defense appropriations often hinge not on grand strategy, but on specific legislative line items that route technical production into localized industrial defense facilities. While defense media routinely focuses on high-profile platform deployments, the underlying reality of military capability rests in the quiet mechanics of subcommittee markups. Legislative leadership leverages senior committee positions to insert targeted funding additions into annual defense legislation, securing capital for specialized electronic warfare upgrades. This process transforms abstract defense policy into concrete industrial activity, directly funding component manufacturing within specific regional facilities. To understand how defense funding translates into operational hardware, one must look closely at the Senate Appropriations Defense Subcommittee. This body exercises primary control over line item adjustments in the National Defense Authorization process. When senior legislators secure dedicated funding lines, they bypass generic allocation pools to mandate specific hardware modifications. The result is a direct pipeline between legislative strategy and localized defense manufacturing. Understanding these budgetary mechanisms reveals how technical readiness is built step by step through legislative advocacy rather than top-down executive planning alone. Now let us examine the critical point where legislative policy directly intersects with regional industrial capacity and electronic warfare production. Electronic warfare systems require continuous modernization to counter evolving electromagnetic spectrum threats. However, procuring these subassemblies requires sustained funding stability across multi-year development cycles. By establishing dedicated line items in the defense bill, key congressional advocates prevent these specialized programs from being trimmed during internal executive budget revisions. This legislative intervention guarantees that critical electronic warfare modernization remains fully funded through dedicated allocations. Rather than relying on vague policy declarations, effective defense procurement operates through pinpoint funding directives embedded within large legislative packages. When an electronic warfare upgrade is explicitly written into an appropriations bill, the defense enterprise receives a clear mandate to contract for those precise systems. This targeted approach prevents program managers from reallocating funds to competing priorities. Consequently, specialized defense facilities receive guaranteed work orders, establishing a steady operational cadence for engineers and technicians tasked with building advanced sensor arrays and signal processors. It is essential to clarify that defense bill line items are not arbitrary spending choices. They reflect deliberate choices to sustain national defense capacity. Specialized production facilities for advanced military electronics cannot be rapidly activated from scratch during an active crisis. They depend on continuous baseline funding to maintain specialized machinery, calibration tools, and technical personnel. By directing specific upgrades to established facilities, legislative funding acts as a strategic stabilizer, keeping complex defense supply chains warm and technically capable year after year. Here lies the crucial mechanism that separates successful procurement from perpetual developmental delay. When defense appropriations mandate specific electronic warfare upgrades, primary contractors can lock in long-term supplier agreements for critical subcomponents. This stability trickles down to specialized microelectronics manufacturers, printed circuit board fabricators, and testing labs. Without this explicit legislative backup, defense contractors face uncertain funding horizons, leading to cautious investment, workforce reductions, and inevitable supply chain bottlenecks when sudden system upgrades are required. Consider how electronic warfare components are integrated into broader military platforms. Modern combat aircraft and surface ships depend entirely on high-frequency jamming, threat detection, and countermeasure suites. These platforms cannot operate effectively in contested environments without updated software blocks and hardware modules. Direct legislative appropriations ensure that these specialized subsystems are upgraded concurrently with main platform production, preventing dangerous capability gaps where advanced airframes are deployed with obsolete electronic defense suites. A common misconception in defense analysis is that major procurement decisions are driven purely by military branch requirements. In reality, legislative committees play a co-equal role in shaping force structure through the power of the purse. While executive staff propose baseline defense budgets, congressional subcommittees retain full authority to add, modify, or protect specific line items. This checks and balances system allows senior legislators to safeguard critical industrial capabilities that might otherwise be overlooked during short-term executive budget adjustments. Now, we must address the specific operational dynamics of facility-level execution within the defense industrial base. Securing a line item in a federal defense bill is only the first step in a complex procurement chain. Once appropriations are finalized, military contracting officers translate those funds into formal delivery contracts. Local defense facilities must then ramp up production, procure qualified raw materials, and execute rigorous quality testing to meet strict military specifications before hardware reaches operational units. The stability provided by legislative advocacy directly impacts technical innovation at the facility level. When a plant receives consistent funding for specific electronic warfare lines, engineering teams can invest in specialized research and manufacturing efficiency. This results in higher yield rates for complex microwave integrated circuits and improved system reliability. Long-term budget certainty allows defense facilities to refine their processes, ultimately producing higher quality electronic warfare hardware at lower long-term costs. It is not just about producing new hardware. It is equally about sustaining the high-tech workforce within regional defense hubs. Advanced electronic warfare manufacturing requires highly skilled technicians, systems engineers, and quality assurance specialists. Explicit line item funding protects these specialized jobs from sudden budget cuts, retaining critical institutional knowledge within regional communities. This human capital is just as vital to national security as the physical machinery housed within the manufacturing plants. Let us examine how electronic warfare systems function in modern multi-domain operational environments. Modern threat systems utilize complex radar waveforms and rapid frequency hopping to evade detection. To counter these threats, electronic warfare suites must process massive amounts of radio frequency data in real time. Direct legislative investment in advanced signal processing hardware ensures that fielded units retain the computational bandwidth required to detect, identify, and neutralize advanced electromagnetic threats across hostile airspace. This leads directly to the question of supply chain resilience in critical defense subsectors. Many electronic warfare components rely on specialized materials and precision manufacturing techniques that are not shared with commercial electronics. By directing defense spending into established domestic industrial facilities, legislative line items secure national access to essential defense technologies. This reduces reliance on foreign suppliers and protects critical defense programs from geopolitical supply chain disruptions. Far from being an exceptional occurrence, this interplay between legislative committee leadership and defense manufacturing represents the standard operating model of defense policy. Legislative advocacy ensures that regional industrial capabilities directly align with national defense priorities. When senior lawmakers secure dedicated funding for specialized facilities, they strengthen both the economic base of their home districts and the technical capabilities of the armed forces, creating a durable alignment of interests. To evaluate the impact of these defense line items, analysts must look beyond the initial dollar figures and analyze long-term readiness outcomes. A single line item for electronic warfare upgrades can extend the operational life of an entire aircraft fleet by decades. By continually integrating state-of-the-art electronic countermeasure capabilities into existing airframes, defense forces achieve high combat effectiveness without incurring the extreme costs associated with developing entirely new platform designs. It was not long ago that electronic warfare was considered a secondary support capability. Today, it is recognized as a primary domain of modern warfare. Without spectrum dominance Advanced stealth platforms and precision-guided munitions cannot operate at peak effectiveness. Dedicated legislative appropriations ensure that electronic warfare modernization receives the priority funding necessary to maintain superiority across the electromagnetic spectrum, protecting both fielded forces and critical national assets. Defense readiness was built on strategic foresight. It was sustained through legislative line items. It was delivered through regional industrial precision. Legislative advocacy for targeted defense line items remains the essential link between national strategy and operational force readiness, ensuring that advanced electronic warfare capabilities move efficiently from congressional bill pages directly to the frontline units that depend on them. Legislative advocacy for targeted defense line items remains the essential link between national strategy and operational force readiness.